Welcome back to the garage here at Basin Motorsports. I'm Canaan, and today let's talk about maintenance requirements for EVs or electric vehicles. So EVs are undoubtedly a huge part of the future. You're not going to say that, they're not going to catch on, because boy howdy, they have caught on with a fire. Now, a lot of people are interested in getting an EV and they think, oh, they're just maintenance free, it's easy. Well, the truth is EVs are not maintenance free. They're reduced maintenance compared to a internal combustion engine vehicle, but they're not maintenance free. So now, of course, going over to an EV, you take out the internal combustion engine. With it, obviously, the oil changes come out. The fuel system's no longer required, so you don't have to worry about gasoline or ethanol. You don't have to worry about fuel filters or any of that, because you all switch over to electric batteries. But one thing you have to remember is a lot of EVs still use a transmission. Now, that a lot of times is either a manual or an automatic. Really, it's probably an automatic, but a lot of times those use a transmission with fluid in it that needs to be changed, and it also may use a rear differential that uses a gear fluid that needs to be changed also. Now, one thing the internal combustion engine vehicles also have in common with EVs are going to be brakes. Either one is going to use brake pads, brake fluid, and they're going to use rubber on your tires. So all of those things are going to require maintenance. Now, of course, the internal combustion engines have a cooling system to keep the engine cool. And a lot of people don't think there are actually cooling related issues with EVs. Well, a lot of your motors require cooling, or the batteries need to be cooled, and they do have a cooling system. Now, a cooling system itself is not going to require a lot of maintenance, but the fluid there may just be standard antifreeze to keep everything from freezing in winter or overheating in summer, but that fluid after a while will degrade and need to be changed. Another item you may not think that an EV needs to be is that it will have filters that need to be changed. Now, of course, the internal combustion engine has an air filter to screen out debris from going inside the engine. The EV won't have that, but it may have a cabin filter that's needed to be changed on a frequency like 1 or 2 years, and it may also need to have an air conditioning service to keep the Freon charged so that you have air conditioning at all times. Those are simple things, but it is maintenance. And probably the last thing on an EV that's going to have maintenance is the electrics. There are things like LED bulbs that most likely will last for 50,000 or 100,000 miles and multiple years that probably won't need to be changed, but once in a while you might have to change out an LED here or there. And at maybe 7 or 10 years or more, you may have to change out the battery pack. That's probably something that the average DIY person is not going to do in their home garage. They may have to take it into the dealership, but just be in mind, those things are required for maintenance. So now, if you have an interest in going to an EV or retrofitting one of your internal combustion engine cars to an EV, just know they are not maintenance free. They are reduced maintenance, but they still have consumables just like a regular car or truck that you'll have to replace on a frequency which is based on the manufacturer and, of course, your use. So with that, we'll see you next time, but just remember, maintenance is maintenance.